Yo, what's good my people? Welcome back to the SillyMMA channel, and it is time for the UFC to move on from Jon Jones. Of course, the elephant of the whole UFC, the elephant of the organization, is that Jon Jones has been ducking Tom Aspinall. He's not fighting his interim champ. He fought Stipe at MSG in November when he has an interim champ to fight. And to be honest, the UFC need to let it go. In this video, I'm going to be identifying why the UFC keep holding on to him and why they keep doing that, and how the heavyweight division can recover after we move on from Jones after he retires. So first of all, I just want to go over the Jon Jones antics that we've been seeing through this week. Of course, he's been active on Twitter. He's been saying, yeah, I'm half retired, all of that. You know, people saying, yeah, you're wasting Tom's prime. He's like, cry more. You know, he says, stripped, low. Do I come across as the type of person who cares about things like that? No, and he gives updates on his future. I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. I have no clue why I haven't shared them with you guys yet. And in my opinion, the thing is, the UFC have been told by Jon Jones, I don't want to fight anymore. I think after that UFC 313 event, I think that is what solidified it. I think after that, Jon Jones said, yeah, I could have frauded my way to a Pereira fight, but now there's no chance. He's not a champ. I've only got Aspinall, and I think as soon as that fight finished, he went and told the UFC, nah, I can't do this anymore. I'm retired. And Dana White and the UFC have just not let it slide. They haven't made it public. They're begging because they know the money that they're going to make from this fight if they can get it to grips. You know, the money, Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones, all the hype. You know, we've been waiting to see it for ages. All the UK supporters will be out there. All these casuals will be there buying the pay-per-views as they see Jon Jones' name. And that's not what Jon Jones wants. You know, he wants the easiest fight, and the only fight left is the interim champ. And we need to move on. You know, we need to forget about Jon Jones. The heavyweight division, we need to look at it. Tom Aspinall is the undisputed champ. Still gone as #1 contender. Volkov #2. All of that. You know, I mean, Jon Jones is retired. This man, it's just a matter of time since we know he's going to announce his retirement. He's basically already confirmed it without confirming it. You know, he's been stupid shit. He's been saying, shut your mouth and do as he told Tom Aspinall. We need to get out of Jon Jones' comments. You know, we have to stop saying all this shit. We just need to leave him alone because he is going to retire. You know, he's not fighting Tom Aspinall. Why would he fight Tom Aspinall? He looked so shit against Stipe. I see all these guys like Joe Rogan and all of that saying, like, you know, Tom Aspinall is a 50-50 fight when he comes against Jon Jones. Jon got tagged about 50 times by old man Stipe. His chin was in the air. They were moving like grandpas. Tom Aspinall, on my life, if they fight, will knock out Jon Jones in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, right? In the 2 minutes that they're standing, he will be knocked the fuck out. Jon Jones hasn't got a chance, and that's why he's not taking the fight. You know, Jon Jones is not the type of guy to care about legacy. He's a shameless little fuck. You know, he doesn't care what people think. He's got his money. He made his money. He could go make some money, fight KSI and fucking Misfits and all that. He doesn't want the real fights. You know, he's happy. He's content fighting Stipe Miocic and fighting these bums in the heavyweight division. But it's not all bad news. Tom Aspinall has just come out on his Instagram a couple hours ago when I'm recording this and said that he's got heavyweight news on the 28th. And if this is a fucking meet and greet, Mr. Tom Aspinall, I'm gonna kill you. If I open his Instagram story, he's like, hello, Jon, I'm not fighting you yet. I'm doing a meet and greet. You know, I'm gonna fucking retire my life. You know, I ain't trying to see that, but I think the announcement is gonna be Aspinall versus Gon. I think the UFC are doing what I'm saying and moving on from Jon Jones. And this, now I'm gonna go over how the heavyweight division can recover. So the first fight to be made is Aspinall versus Gon. You know, it shouldn't really be made, to be honest, because Gon got the robbery win over Volkov, but Aspinall needs a fresh opponent. We can't give him a rematch. We need to see something new, hype him up as the new heavyweight champ. And Gon, I guess he's earned a shot. He's got a bit of a name. He's never going to become champion. He's just like a filler in the top 2 of the division. And then Volkov versus Almeida needs to be made. Let's make a clear #1 contender. Aspinall's now the champ. He's not a contender anymore. We need to see him pick up that role in either Volkov or Almeida. And then we need to see a Blades versus a Pavlovich, a Spivak versus Tabora, Lewis, all these guys. We need to start matchmaking and get the heavyweight division in the right spot now. And that's for Jon Jones. I say he's retired, but is he really retired? I think he might just be vacating his belt, maybe looking to go fight Alex Pereira in a fucking heavyweight BMF belt, you know. But Jon Jones, we need to let him go. The heavyweight division needs to move on, you know. And that is it for this video. It's been a short one. I just wanted to get my opinions out there about Jon Jones. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe. Shout out SillyMMA.